We're going to carry these coffins to the White House. We'll have a short ceremony there. We're going to march to the Washington Post and then to New York Avenue Presbyterian Church. We need all of you to stay with us for these next 90 minutes to show we mean it. We're determined. We're going to build a new movement. This movement is not ending today. This movement is beginning today. It's the most important movement that could possibly be built. Down with the war makers, down with the war machine. Fund people's needs, not the war machine. And let's stand together to say no to colonialism, no to racism, no to the oppression of women, no to the oppression of the LGBTQ community. Say yes to the disabled movement and all of those sectors who are under attack by the same wretched capitalist system. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Give it up for Brian Becker. Are you ready to march? Oh, we are getting ready to march. It's going to be a beautiful one. Okay, familia. So next up, we got Jackie Lookman from the Black Alliance for Peace coming up. Give it up for my sister and comrade, Jackie Lookman.
Tá com som, companheiros?
This ain't a church service, but it needs to be a revival. I'm not going to pray, ain't going to be no scriptures, but this is what I need y'all to do. I need you to turn to the person on your left and say like you mean it, I will fight for you.
I will fight for you.
Now I need you to turn to the person on your right and say like you mean it, I will fight for you.
I will fight for you.
And then if you can do it, I need you to turn on around, brothers and sisters, and say to the person standing behind you, I will fight for you. Because let me explain something to you about this fight that we are in, brothers and sisters. There's a narrative out there that says that we're only supposed to be focused on ending this one war in Ukraine and every other evil thing the United States government does with its imperialist, bloodthirsty planning and actions and bombings and interventions and coups d'etats, everything this government does around the world and in our communities here, those things don't matter. All we need to do is end this war in Ukraine. That's the big deal. That's the thing we need to focus on. But let me explain something to you. This capitalist system is at the foundation of every evil thing that comes out of this White House and the Congress that creates the policies. And capitalism exists, it grew, and it thrives on the exploitation of people who are different from the folks who hold the power. So capitalism continues to exploit black people in ways that it doesn't exploit working class white people. That don't mean working class white people ain't getting their ass kicked. It just means we getting our ass kicked a little worse in a different way. Capitalism exploits and denigrates LGBTQ and trans people in a different way from the way black folks are being exploited. Women are exploited in a different way under capitalism than men are. And black women and Latino women are exploited with that fabulous triple oppression under a capitalist system. So explain to me, y'all, how we are supposed to end war if we don't destroy capitalism. How do we end wars that are fought in the name of capitalist profit? Warmongers, weapons manufacturers making trillions off of the broken bones and bodies of black, brown, indigenous people around the world, working class and poor peasant people around the world. They don't do it because they legitimately hate these people. They don't do it because these people are a threat to our freedoms. They do it for capitalist profit. And they do that around the world for the same reason that a high percentage of black folks are still poor in this country, that working class and poor folks in Appalachia are poor, that black trans women suffer the highest rate of homelessness and unemployment in this country. Those are all the reasons that capitalism stays in place, because our exploitation, our different and unique oppression and exploitation all feeds and props up the same capitalist machine that exports war around the world. So reject anybody who comes to you and tells you that all we need to do is focus on ending this one war in Ukraine. Yes, this war in Ukraine must end, but let's not forget the 15,000 ethnic Russians who were slaughtered for 8 years by the neo-Nazi infused Ukrainian army. Let's not forget those. And as we take to the streets, let us not forget, don't you forget the people that you turned to and said you would fight for. You made a commitment. We're not out here just to end war. We're not out here just to bring peace in Ukraine. We are out here to challenge and work within the empire to destroy
Homes and not drones, casas e não drones.
All of our suffering possible.
Casa Branca lá atrás.
But we do it so that we all can have a future and live.
Tem país do mundo inteiro pedindo para os Estados Unidos parar de invadir. Esse grupo trotskista, Liga da Quarta Internacional, defende a Rússia e a China contra os...
This needs to be a revival. Don't let this be an incident. Don't let this be an event. Let this be a revival and commit to stand, to fight, and to fight together.
Tá dando para escutar, companheiros? Estou aqui no protesto contra a guerra, protesto da esquerda. Muitos comunistas, socialistas, todos contra a OTAN, contra o imperialismo, contra os embargos. Bandeira da Rússia. Aqueles ali são Workers' World Party. Movimento Ruro dos Negros Socialistas. Essa aqui é a Liga Comunista dos Jovens, Liga of Young Communists.
Illegal economic blockade.
É isso, companheiros. Primeira live, não sei se está saindo som, mas uma volta aqui pelo protesto.
people get checks, when people have their mortgages, payments stolen, evictions, moratorium on evictions, student loans frozen. These are the things that we could have and that we should have. The war on Ukraine and the recent bank failures showed us that when it comes to the interests of the rich, there's always enough money. But we know there's enough money in the United States to meet the needs of the people, to protect the planet. And we also know that we have to fight for it. We must fight for it by shutting things down, by through boycotts, PDFs, Free Palestine. By withholding our labor, we have the power to win the things that we need. So we say to the railroad corporation, if you won't guarantee safety, if you won't protect the workers, shut them down.
This is my son Ernesto.
We say to the health insurance corporations and the pharmaceuticals, if you deny us health care, shut them down. We say to the fossil fuels, if you come into our communities to extract gas or oil, we're going to shut you down. And if you try to build a paramilitary police base in our forests, we're going to shut you down. If our state legislatures pass laws denying the rights of trans people, we are going to shut them down. And like our comrades in the United Kingdom targeting Elbit, Palestine Action to the weapon makers, we say, shut them down. This is our fight. We're in this together. We can win. Let's march.
We're not going to march quite yet, but I appreciate you, Marty. Give them a round of applause one more time. But we have a very important speaker to close us out, a very important speaker to close us out from one of the critical struggles that is happening in this world today. That's the struggle of the Palestinian people against apartheid, for their own land, for their own sovereignty, for their own freedom. They are steadfast in fighting every single day, no matter what they're up against. And I'm honored to have here with us from the Palestinian Youth Movement, our brother Muhammad, to come speak to you about the struggle.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad, and this is Zaid and Raya, and we're here. I'm very honored to be here representing the Palestinian Youth Movement. We're an independent transnational grassroots movement of Palestinian and Arab youth in the diaspora who are organizing for the liberation of our lands from imperialism and settler colonialism. And like many of my comrades in the PYM, the barbaric US invasion of Iraq was a defining moment for me. As children, we all watched the horrors unfold in Iraq, a country that we knew had natural wealth, ancient history, and a steadfast people. The US invasion of Iraq represented not only the ruthless violence of the US empire, but also its imperialist thievery, with the US using the invasion to rob Iraq of its resources, to amass profits for the US empire, through the death and destruction of our lands and people. This is a cycle that continues today and will continue unless we, the people, can organize to put an end to the empire's endless wars. Not only did the US intervention destroy Iraq under the false premises which Iraqis are still reeling from today, but the US's global war on terror had its counterpart here too. In 2002, we saw the opening of Guantanamo Bay detention camp, which has held hundreds of prisoners since its opening.
Close it down! Close it down!
Including several Iraqi prisoners. Heavy surveillance on mosques and religious institutions crippled our communities here and eventually culminated into the CVE and spying programs we see all around the country. And so many Muslims have been captured and thrown into the prison system as a result. And now, 20 years later, our people still are reeling from the impacts of the US invasion. The effects of that senseless war are still rippling today. But why Iraq? Because Iraq did not fit into the US imperialist designs for the region. It was strangled with crippling sanctions that left hundreds of thousands of civilians dead for 13 years before the invasion even began. Today, the US is still strangling non-compliant nations across the world with sanctions, which are an act in and of themselves, let's be clear, from Cuba to Syria, to Iran, to Venezuela, and now Russia and China, and the list goes on. Here we are 2 decades later, still fueling endless wars around the globe. The U.S.'s proxy war with Russia has cost the Ukrainian people immeasurable suffering as the imperial cheerleaders inch us ever closer to nuclear conflict for the delusional sake of maintaining U.S. hegemony on end forever. And while the U.S. strangles our people, it funnels billions of dollars worth of arms and weapons to its imperial collaborators. Washington's bullets and bombs rain on Yemen and Palestine as it comically claims the mantle of freedom's greatest defender. The Palestinian youth movement understands that our fight for the liberation of our land from Zionism is part of the fight against imperialism. Both U.S. parties support the Zionist state and give it $3 billion each year precisely because the Zionist state is central to U.S. and Western imperialism. Israel acts as a strategic ally for the U.S. in their pursuit of endless wars, death, and destruction. This relationship is no accident. The Zionist thinkers who established the colonial state of Israel were clear from the beginning that their project was a reflection of Western colonial interests. The Zionist state was made possible only through British imperialism and colonialism and continues today to be sustained through U.S. and Western imperialism. For more than 100 years, Palestinians have struggled against Zionist colonialism and Western imperialism. And today we're here to continue the struggle. We call for an end to all U.S. wars, an end to arms sales to the Zionist regime, an end to the sanctions on Cuba, Venezuela, Syria, Iran, and any other nation being punished for putting its people before imperialism. We join our people back home who, as we speak, are rising against Zionist colonialism and saying, long live international solidarity. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Give it up one more time for the Palestinian youth movement! Okay, as you can see, we're going to move to march, so I want to give you some directions, but I want to remind you we're going to march, then we're going to be at New York Avenue Presbyterian Church, and we're going to hear from the struggle of the people of Guam, fighting on the front lines of U.S. militarism. We're going to hear from the people of Hawaii, fighting the war machine, destroying their population. We're going to hear from the people of Eritrea about their attempts to sanction and isolate them. We're going to hear from the people of Syria about their attempt to break through sanctions. So now we want to move in this direction. There are two banners there. We're going to march straight down in this direction. We have the coffins in front. Get the banners.
São vários os partidos comunistas.
What's the flag?
Can you hold it for me? No, the flag, yeah.
As the march moves up in this direction. So line
It's-
up if you can. Let's see if we can flow out in one line.
Yes, we're Partido da Casa Operária, we're Communist de São Paulo. Você fala português?
Clear to everyone who is watching. Stay tight, stay strong, and we're going to move out this direction. I thank you. Let's take it to the streets.
Ah, legal. Qual é o seu nome? Qual é o seu nome?
Meu nome Tiger.
Tiger. Eu sou a Adriana. Muito prazer. Prazer.
Oh hey, what's up?
A bandeira do PCO faz muito sucesso aqui. Eles falaram que tem mais de 200 grupos organizando esse protesto. Então a gente viu aqui o People's Power Assembly, esse International League of People's Struggle. Ali tem o Communist Party USA, a Answer Coalition. Ali é a Liga dos Young Communists, dos comunistas jovens. Aqui é o Party for Socialism and Liberation, Partido pelo Socialismo e Liberação. Ali é o Workers' World Party, partido muito antigo, tradicional. Aliança de Estudantes, American Student Union, sindicato. Aquela faixa está falando pare os fascistas da OTAN. O Answer Coalition trouxe muitas desses banners, desses signs amarelos. Aquele ali fala para acabar com a OTAN. Esse aqui é 20 anos de guerras que não acabam, não mais. Aqui é o Black Alliance for Peace. Mais nenhuma gota de sangue do pobre e do trabalhador, da classe pobre e trabalhadora, para defender a ditadura do capitalismo. A marcha está começando, vai passar. A gente está aqui na frente da Casa Branca. E vai andar um pouco até onde outras pessoas vão falar. Estão falando que o Chomsky vai falar. Yamir, da Colômbia. Tira as mãos da África. Ali o chairman do movimento Uhuru, que são African People's Socialist Party. Partido Socialista do Povo Africano. E é o presidente do partido. Essa aqui não tá feliz, não. I do, very much. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
She's a woman. And she wants to be your senator from New York. Are you a New Yorker?
I'm a New Yorker, yes.
How did I know?
I don't know. I'll take a look.
In 2024, she's running independent. They don't allow that. She got on the ballot and they never put her in any debates.
I think I read about her, yeah.
They call us every name in the book because we're not red. We're not fascist. We're like human.
You're part of the LaRouche?
Yes.
Yeah.
She found out about LaRouche after college, and he was the only economist who really gets it. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're not, I mean, well,
I've been looking at it online. So,
an email or anything?
yeah,
What's
it's
your email?
AD is David.
Adrian?
Yeah, ANA.
Adrian.
Adriana. Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Okay, M as in Mary. M as in Mary. M. Just the letter M.
You have a beautiful accent, so
M-A. Yes. A-C-H-A-D-O-N-Y. Adriana Machado, N-Y. Portuguese.
Oh, no, I don't know. Adriana
Machado, N-Y. There's a lot of
That's your
Adriana
email? Is that
at
an email?
gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Brazilian Communist Party. Yes, it's Partido da Causa Operária.
Oh, it sounds so
They have a little bit of everything. Yes. What is your name?
Judy Clark.
Judy Clark.
End of New Jersey.
Okay. It's very nice to meet you.
Chicago.
Oh, you.
So I've lived in the Midwest. We live on the East Coast. Diana's a New Yorker, which embraces the whole world. Don't you love New York?
I do.
I love
Yeah.
New York. You told
Yeah.
me. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, but
No, but I mean,
yeah,
now you live in New
in
York?
Brooklyn. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Brooklyn's hot. And you're with which organization? The Brazilian Communist Party?
PCO.
No?
PCO. PCO. Partido da Causa Operária. Oh, they're walking around. Causa. Yes. We're Trotskyists. LaRouche used to be a Trotskyist, right? Fascist. I heard. Yeah. It's very nice to meet you. Let's hope. We're hoping for it. Yeah, we have a lot of trust in Lula, and then there's a lot of pressure, but we believe that he can implement very. Yeah, that was amazing.
People hated each other their whole entire
Yeah.
life. This is our magazine.
Yeah.
We have it in el Semana Ejecutivo. En español.
Oh, cool.
El Semana Ejecutivo in Mexico.
I'm gonna get in touch.
We have an Italian organization, we have a French organization.
I know you guys are everywhere. Very good. Oh, look, it's Lula.
Who's that guy? Just kidding. I just don't know.
Yes.
Did we just pick this guy up?
Thank you.
This is actually an United States election. It's very concerning. The American AWACS
Voice of America. Povo do LaRouche, que é complicado. Chairman passando de novo.
Yeah, for sure.
A marcha já está lá embaixo.
Well, I think both are imperialists. So both are bad. All right, thank you.
I have a flag too. Hold on.
So, yes.
This is the Workers' Cause Party. We're from São Paulo, and we totally, fully support Russia in their fight against imperialism. They were provoked to this war. They were killing the people in Donbass.
So what's the difference between Russia and the Soviet Union?
Well, the Soviet Union was socialist.
And what's Russia?
Russia is a Catholic, nationalist.
And what's the role that religion plays in Russia today?
Well, they're very conservative, and religion is very strong. And I think there's a lot of connection between religion and the groups that help, like especially in Crimea, that help fight the war. And I think Putin needs the support of the religious groups to stay in power.
How do you feel about that?
I think everybody that is fighting against imperialism deserves our support.
So which side is the imperialist?
United States.
What makes them the imperialist?
They have the monopoly of the finance system. They have the monopoly of economy, all the big companies. They make all the decisions.
In the United States. And
the United States is the biggest imperialist countries, but you can see France, England.
Now, was Russia an imperialist country before the Russian Revolution?
Before the Russian Revolution was an empire.
Yes.
But that's a different...
Under the Tsar. Was it an imperialist country?
But that's a different definition of imperialism. That's the definition of imperialism as like the kind of system. They had an empire, they had a czar. We're talking about imperialism in the Marxist sense of monopoly of the capital.
In theory, the old imperial system of Russia was overthrown by the Russian Revolution.
Yeah.
And so they had a critique of that imperial system that sent them to war, that was run by a religious
but that was before
patriarch.
Capitalism developed fully into the imperialist phase that we are now, right?
So when they were doing their own acquisition in Russia under the Tsar, what do you call that? If it's not imperialism, what do you call it?
No, they were an empire, and they were part of the imperialist system of the time. They were like France, England, but they weren't the biggest empire,
right.
the imperialist country.
But they were imperial.
Yeah, but it's a different. They were imperial at a different phase.
I mean, they took over. They expanded. Is that what you're saying?
No, capitalism evolved. It was an empire, and they were connected to all the imperialist countries. They were one of them, but they weren't imperialists in the sense of the Marxist sense of monopoly of the economy of a evolved capitalism of today.
All right. So an evolved capitalism today would have an oligarchical system. It would have a strong leadership who wasn't sort of put in by the workers or the people. And it would have, I guess, a very strong religious leadership as well, very kind of like a patriarch or like a someone who
No,
like,
I don't
teaches
think.
the
I
morality.
think religion
of
is part of it, but it's not what defines it.
well, I mean, it's a component of it. I mean, what role does religion play in modern imperial system?
I mean, you see, like the Vatican is going against Russia, but it's not. It's not.
I was thinking of the Russian Orthodox Church.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters because Russia is not an imperialist country.
I'm wondering what role the Russian Orthodox Church plays in the nationalism of Russia today.
They are part of it, but it's not the main part.
Okay. And what does your MAGA king
Thank
represent?
you.
Oh, freedom.
Tem uma bandeira da Ucrânia ali. O pessoal já tá.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, and you? Yeah.
Brazil was nice until they got Lula now.
Oh, you're MAGA King. I see. Do you like Bolsonaro?
Of course.
Okay.
Because like he was trying to fix the country, but now like kind of like it's getting to the wrong path.
Yeah. Where are you from?
From Bolivia.
Bolivia.
We used to have Evo Morales, another thief, and we throw him out, but he wants to come back.
Yeah, you staged a coup with the help of the U.S.
No, actually, Evo Morales, before he left, he got a truck from the bank and got all the
Oh, that's just bullshit.
all the gold, and he put it in his plane. He went
That's-
all the way to Mexico.
That's lies. That's bunch of lies.
Oh, but that is true. And then you know who pays for Evo Morales' planes? PDVSA in Venezuela.
I'm not gonna believe anything you say.
Oh.
I'm just saying it right here and there.
So
Bunch of lies.
Quick question.
Viva Evo Morales.
Hey, Evo Morales was like he stole a lot of money, man. Even with his girlfriend, what's his name?
Are you going with the protest?
Huh?
Are you going with the protest?
Well, I come to see. You see, these people are nuts over here. They want like leftism, communism.
I'm one of them. Look at my communist flag.
Yeah, but listen, wouldn't you like to be free instead of like be like in Cuba with no freedom? What do you think?
I like to be in Cuba where they have free health care.
Free healthcare. Have you been in Cuba and see how the hospitals are? They're like
You don't think that has anything to do with the blockade, with the United States sucking the life of
course,
every Cuban?
Of course, but remember, there's the blockade because they don't let free elections in Cuba. Only
Their elections are freer than our elections here in the U.S. Here they have one party, but everybody votes. They get together, they organize. Anybody can be a candidate. Here we have two parties. Nobody wants that asshole Biden in power.
Biden is terrible.
Look, no U.S.
Biden is
NATO
terrible.
war with Russia.
Oh no, Biden is terrible. Yeah, he shouldn't be in war with Russia. I'm with you. Like with Trump, no wars. You see? And with
Yeah,
Biden,
right.
a lot of
Trump was
wars.
just too stupid to make any wars.
And Trump, for example, was not a politician. He's a private citizen and went to.
É
to
cada
be
que
president.
aparece, meu Deus. What's that flag over there?
Well, I guess gay flag.
No, that's not the gay flag. That's the indigenous flag of South America. You don't know that?
No, it's just that. There's like a lot of flags.
E aí, rei da coerência, tá bom?
What do you think about the Lula president?
I love Lula. All support to Lula.
What do you support?
As long as he's protecting the workers' rights. The moment he stops protecting workers' rights,
He's gonna milk all the money. He's gonna,
yeah, I bet you're gonna say he's corrupt, right?
That's why he went to jail.
Yeah. No, it was all fake. They could never prove anything, and Bolsonaro is so much more corrupt and nobody says anything. All right, I'm gonna walk a little faster so I can get the protest. You're coming? Okay, you're coming.
Let's go fast.
Como se chama? Qual é o seu nome? Prazer, viu? Eu sou Adriana. Why did you come here
I
today?
was just watching it. It's like,
Do you live here in DC?
yeah, huh? No, I came from Miami.
You came from Miami
Yeah, just for the weekend. Just see
for the
how things
weekend?
are going over here.
But not because of this protest.
You live here?
I live in New York.
Oh, okay.
But not because of this protest.
Hey, well, I just came to see what's going on. No, I came to also to visit and see what's going on, you know?
Look, they're all the way over there now. Gotta walk a little faster.
Okay, let's
Coming?
Go faster. Let's go faster, my friend. Hey, do you know something with what capitalism is? Just to work by yourself. Don't depend on the government. Because if you depend on the government, they're always gonna fool you or they're gonna steal. Well, with capitalism, you depend on yourself, with your job, and whatever you can do. You like that? That's capitalism.
I don't like that at all.
Why? You depend on yourself and whatever you can do. You can put your own company.
That's not true because there is an elite class, the bourgeoisie. They make all the rules and there is no freedom at all. It's a dictatorship. It's all fake. You think you're free. You can choose from 300 different kinds of shampoo and toothpaste, but you have no say in anything that passes in the laws, the way you want to live. This is what this is about. Look at this. People sleeping in the street. Do you think it's because they didn't work? No, they worked their whole lives.
Remember,
But the system is completely rigged. They spent $886 billion on war and nothing on housing, on education. Communism is just people in power taking out this elite bourgeoisie class, putting people in power.
Listen, like for example, to me, the Democrat Party became communist.
Ele falou que o Partido Democrata é comunista.
You know why? You
Ah,
know why? Because they love poverty. While people are more poor, the more money they can make. The government, like in California, the more homeless they have in California, the more money the California government makes because between their friends is, oh, let's help the homeless. They give you $2 million to help the
gente,
homeless.
infelizmente o celular vai acabar a bateria, vou ter que desligar o vídeo. Mas eu vou continuar aqui minha conversa com meu amigo boliviano trumpista. E vão continuar na marcha. Aqui estão os veteranos, o Ruro está aqui atrás. Liberdade para o Pedro Castilho, do Peru. Solidariedade. Muito bem. Sim. Sim, assassina. Então é isso, companheiros. Temos aqui gente do Peru, da Colômbia, da Palestina, da Síria, os brasileiros, americanos, todo mundo para acabar com a guerra, acabar com o financiamento da máquina de guerra dos Estados Unidos, pedindo investimento em políticas sociais e acabar com o imperialismo no mundo inteiro. A marcha vai lá na frente. A gente está aqui em Washington, saímos da frente da Casa Branca e agora estamos andando para um próximo ponto onde mais pessoas vão falar. Gente de todas as idades, de vários países. várias ideologias, muito socialistas, muito comunistas. Tem de todos os tipos aqui. Eles já viraram, já estão lá no outro lado do parque, ó, já está lá na outra metade do parque. Bastante gente. Eu acho que tem mais ou menos o mesmo tanto de gente que tinha na outra marcha que foi organizada pela direita e pela esquerda, que chamou Rage Against the War Machine. A impressão que eu tenho é que tenho a mesma quantidade, ou talvez um pouco menos, não tenho certeza. Não tá aqui até agora. Meu amigo. O amigo dele na Bolívia não está acreditando que tem uma marcha a favor do comunismo em Washington. Está chegando lá no próximo ponto. E eu acho que o Chomsky vai falar e mais algumas outras pessoas. São os veteranos. Estamos agora na Franklin Square.
Si quieres venir, si no te compro abierto, vas a estar así, lo que quieras. No, pero me hablan en español.
Pedi o meu amigo, ia pedir para ele me filmar com a bandeira do PCO, mas é isso, PCO aí presente na marcha contra o imperialismo. Marcha em Washington, organizado pelas organizações de esquerda. Valeu, pessoal!